Somebody else who benefited, like George Russell did, benefited from the safety car, Esteban Ocon. Let's have a look at my favourite chart. You have not seen this before, perhaps, Juan. I love this, the race performance chart that Tessa puts together for us before this show. And you can see there that we've highlighted Esteban, who made up 12 places, having crashed in free practice 3 out at turn 14. And he benefited, yes, from that safety car on lap 42, and now sits 9th in the drivers' standings. I want to ask you, Alex, really, whether, what you thought about Esteban's performance, really, especially the crashing part, I suppose.
Yeah, so, I mean, Esteban, great performance. Got from 20th up to 8th. Fantastic. There's no two ways about it. And of course, there were a few other gems. We talked about Russell, we've talked about Ocon, and of course, Alexander Albon also. And Lance Stroll. Lance Stroll from the pit lane, let's not forget. Still some great performances. And these are drivers, Ocon, Albon, and Stroll, that made the hard tire work early on. I have to say that when the first 4 laps are done, I thought, wow, the hard tire was a mistake, because the guys on the hard tires went straight to the back and they really struggled in the first few laps, and I thought, no, that's got to be a mistake. But it turned out good. They could make the hard tire last so long into the race, especially Russell all the way to the safety car. Okay, Ocon got a little bit lucky with the whole Magnussen Alonso incident, and of course, Norris getting stuck behind the Aston Martin train, but still, really good results. Ocon, Ocon is, he seems to be a little bit under the pressure as well, because Alonso looks like he's getting a second wind for sure. He's looking very quick. Although Alonso's not had the results yet, he looks really good. I'm quite impressed with him. So Ocon would have been really happy to finish in front of his teammate.
Well, of course he didn't, did he, on the track? Because Alonso finished 9th. So he finished 8th and then got the 5-second penalty, Juan, and then he got a second 5-second penalty. So what was his view post the race?
Well, Alonso was very, Saturday he said the traffic was terrible. He was upset. He was not feeling good. Then he said, well, let's see tomorrow. And he made a couple of mistakes. He got 2 penalties. He was, I don't know, the incident he had at the start also with Lewis a little bit. They touch a little bit of the, I don't know. Alonso is also, I think, not under pressure, but he wants to, so much to score good points and be on the front. Remember in Australia, he almost, I don't know, he had a hit for the pole. I don't know if he's going to do it or not, but it was a front row for sure, and he had that issue in the car. And he mentioned it before that a track with some similarities also, because it's not a permanent track and whatever. It's a permanent track. He said maybe have a chance here, and he was a little upset. That's why in the race he would say, they hit me from behind. He took me over. Alonso complaining in the radio is a little bit of the Alonso style. But I think Ocon is a little bit more, even, him, Ocon. Ocon is a very aggressive driver when he had to have to be. The fight with Checo, the fight with Alonso, I don't remember when was that, in Saudi Arabia. It was very tight. Yeah, Saudi. But I know he benefited from all the crashes, because Vettel was in a position with Mick Schumacher to score points. Mick Schumacher was in 10th position for the first time to score points, and then they both crashed, and that's what given all these crashes, Landos and the things, put him on the list to score point. And after Alonso's penalty, obviously he gained that points because he was behind. But I think Ocon is a little bit step behind Fernando Alonso in this occasion.
Right, but not getting quite as agitated as Fernando's getting. It seems that Fernando's a little bit, isn't he? Like he's, as you say, he's really wants to get good results, and it's showing. Somebody who's remaining. Go, Alex. Yeah.
It's not the first time though. Remember when Fernando went back to Renault after McLaren? We saw the same thing. Remember he won that controversial race in Singapore, but we saw a lot of fighting drives and a lot of accidents, and we're not finishing. It's not like Hamilton. When Hamilton has a bad year, or who else shall we say? Or other drivers, they don't. It's not all or nothing. With Alonso, you've seen that it seems to be a bit all or nothing. And we certainly saw that when he first went back to Renault, and then the first few seasons when he went back to McLaren after Ferrari or so, there was a lot of some charging drives, but everything's on the line, and I think that's what makes him an exciting driver to watch as well.